Here we go. So we are with our 4th episode right now, Premise Podcast, unbelievable. And so I'm so grateful. We have a fellow Compass agent here in the Willow Glen office, and I'm so grateful and thankful for him being willing to come aboard and do this little show right here. And so I wanted to welcome in Cesar Yanez.
Let's go.
Woo! Here we
Happy
are.
to be here. Congrats on this very cool podcast experience.
Okay, right on.
Let's go.
Yes, so I'm super excited. So basically, it's my opportunity to just get right into it and because I want to know more than anything else. So, where are you from?
So originally I'm from Mexico City, but
What?
I moved here when I was really young. So I'm from Sunnyvale. Pretty much grew up in Sunnyvale. Yeah, my entire life.
Okay, so wow, that's amazing. So, what does really young mean?
10 years old.
So you were in Mexico City until you were 10?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
This is incredible.
Huge city. I feel like you would relate to it. Like it's very much like San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah.
All
It's
the
like
time.
huge city, like a lot of people, a lot of traffic. things
Yeah,
like that.
dense.
Dense.
I really want to go so bad. Mexico City looks amazing. It's mile high, right? Or more than that. It's like 7,000 feet high in the air.
It's super high, yeah.
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 That's incredible. So you were there till you were 10, then you came to Sunnyvale?
Sunnyvale.
Did you go to high school in Sunnyvale?
Yes,
Really?
Fremont High School.
Fremont High School. Okay,
Oh, you
shout
know the
out.
area, right? Yeah.
Sort of. I know that we played Fremont High School when I was in high school, and then they had a really great running back.
Where did you go?
I went to Prospect.
Prospect, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that off Lawrence?
Yep.
Yeah.
Lawrence and Saratoga. And yeah, so that's a good part of town. So Sunnyvale High School. And then, so what was that like? What was the Sunnyvale High School experience like?
Fremont High School, it was great. It was really diverse, so got along with everyone. There was like definitely like a lot of cliques, but like, you know, you were able to jump around and like get along with a lot of people. Academics were good. Like I thought I got a great education, a lot of resources to like eventually go to college. So
Okay.
I did soccer too, so I was
Okay.
always involved in sports. So we won a league my junior year, which was like a really cool experience. Went to CCS and then lost in penalties.
Oh,
Yeah.
heartbreaker in the championship? Or in the first game? Second
In the
game?
first round.
First round,
Yeah.
CCS is the toughest.
It was
Good
so
for you,
cool
though.
because like so many people come out to watch you, and it's like, yeah.
CCS, that's good for you. I'm very happy. I'm not afraid to admit I'm envious of people who get to experience CCS. It's so great. Good for you. Builds a lot of character.
Yeah. Yeah, so our rival high school was Homestead.
Oh, yeah.
In Sunnyvale too.
Mm-hmm.
And our boy Roth, he went to Homestead. We
No.
played him, we beat him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of like inter-office rivalry in
Yeah.
sports. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
See, this is it's fantastic. This is the kind of things I really want to hear about.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, so you went to college, and did you basically? What did you do before real estate?
Yes, I went to UCR after high school, and then my senior year, I was doing my real estate license at the same time. So basically, when I graduated, I was already licensed to do
Wow.
real estate, but I did have like a few gigs while I was in college. So one that helped me out a lot was I did door knocking for a couple summers. So I used to sell door-to-door satellite TV,
Okay.
Dish Network.
Mm-hmm.
So just go out and door knock every single day from like 10 a.m. until 6, 7 p.m. every single day. And I think that was like a fantastic experience, especially to get into real estate afterwards, because I wasn't afraid to talk to people. I wasn't afraid to go out and look for opportunities, door knock, things like that. And it paid well. Like it sounds like very tough, like maybe barely getting by, but like I think one sale would pay like $300, and at that time we were averaging like 2 to 3 sales a day, so it was like amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's doing great.
yeah, and it taught me a lot of things also, like personal development, mindset stuff. So just kind of put me on the right track. I got a degree in finance. I was like working at a bank before graduating, and it was that possibility of maybe like being a financial advisor, but I was like, nah, I hate working here.
Okay.
I hated it so bad. So I knew like a 9 to 5 wasn't for me. And yeah, that's basically pretty much it.
And then, so upon graduating, was it immediate jump into real estate, or was the bank
Yes.
done at that moment, and then real estate?
Yeah, which was really crazy because I had no savings, basically
Goodness.
jumping into like all commission job.
Mhm.
And funny story, like within my first 2 months, I had a listing and a pending deal, a buyer. It was a family friend in SoCal, but they both fell apart. They both didn't close, yeah. And SoCal's a tougher market because in SoCal, the seller doesn't provide all the inspections up front. The buyer has to do them, so it's just like an extra layer, like, oh, if the buyer doesn't like this, then, you know, they'll get out of the contract, correct? So a little tougher. My listing, they basically wanted to sell their house and buy another house in the neighborhood that was already in the market, so the timeline didn't align. The other house like got an offer accepted before we can get theirs into contract. So yeah, I started out like boom, sky high. Like I was like, dang, this is easy. I'm gonna like make so much money. And then those two fell through, and I was like struggling, dude. Like 6 months, can't do anything. Like had to get a part-time job just to make ends meet because I still had to pay rent, expenses, food, things like that. So yeah.
What was that job?
At first, it was some people I knew helping me out, just like doing Excel worksheets and stuff for like, a tire company. And then I never applied for any job while I was like trying to get real estate
work anyway.
Yeah, like while I was trying to make real estate work, I never applied for any jobs. They just kind of came to me from relationships, like, hey, like, you know, we have this, if you have, you know, if you need some money, which was really nice.
The bridge.
For a time I did, this also really helped for my real estate career, like, you know, looking forward, but someone came to me, they were like, hey, if you want a job, come sell workers' compensation insurance. And basically what I would do in that job is cold call from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Literally no breaks, dude.
Now it's adding up.
Yeah, I'd be on the phone every single day. And workers' comp is specifically for business owners. So it was intimidating. It's like, oh, I'm gonna interrupt these people's day. They have a lot going on. They have a ton of people that, you know, think about put food on their table, and they're gonna, you know, I have to get their attention in 30 seconds for, you know, to be able to have an opportunity. So I did that for like a year, dude.
Oh my goodness.
A year of cold calling. Yeah. So like kind of once, I just think that prepared me. The door knocking, the cold calling, because you see me now. That's like basically all I do every morning. So it's just like everything lined up perfectly, you know, for a reason. And just kind of prepared me for this industry.
Okay, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So quick segue, I would just say that we don't have to get into every tactic, but I would say that amazing thing, one thing, Cesar, amazingly welcoming when we got to this office. And then second, it seems like he's combined what you would say cutting edge technology or whatever's available as far as tools go, along with sort of tried and true methods and what people might call old school, and it's resulted in some serious success. So I'm stoked to hear kind of a little bit about how you did it. I appreciate that. And then
I'm a big proponent of cold calling. Even though it's old school, I think it works.
It's one of the tools, and it's one that's it's I would say not as easy. It's not an easy thing to do and takes time. But then once you can do it, I've only heard that it's a skill. You don't lose it. It's almost like riding a bike. Once you have it, you can do it, and it pays.
Yes, but also it's kind of, you gotta keep doing it, or else, you know, you do get a little rusty. So it's always like,
it's like a muscle.
Yeah, you gotta, exactly. It's like going to the gym. If you like, you can still work out if you don't go for a long time, but you're not gonna have the same mass as if you're doing it consistently and building up on it. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite analogies for this type of business, and same with this podcast. We made the same analogy before we even started. So, okay, in the interest of, you know, clicking it along, and there's much more to know about Cesar, and we'll make sure he lets you know where to find him, and we'll put it in the comments for sure, of course. So, last year was crazy, 2023. We're sitting here in late February 2024. So, as a guy who's just doing really great and using great methods, what's your take on the 2023 market? What went on last year in your mind?
Yeah, on the business side, it was an interesting year. I think it started off really competitive. I mean, almost every year, February, March, April, it's like really competitive. You have a multiple offer environment, homes going significantly over asking price. So, it's just challenging. But also the latter half seems like when interest rates really hiked, it was like pretty slow market, and tough market for buyers, for sellers. There's no inventory. So, I guess overall, it was a great year. Personally, like a really good year, and a lot of it stemmed from just doing the same things continuously. Right? It's just doing the same actions over time. Eventually, like everything compounds, and it leads to buyers getting into contract, listings coming on the market. So it's just a matter of consistency. And I think as a consumer and as a real estate professional, like if you have buyers like actively looking, making offers, eventually law of averages, they're gonna get something. They're gonna like get into contract. Sellers as well, like eventually there's going to come a time where they need to sell. So, and as a professional too, as long as you keep prospecting, you're gonna find something. So that was 2020.
Man, yeah, that was awesome. I'm embarrassed about how cool I thought that was in certain ways. So that's rad. Okay, so that being said, great take. What's the big stuff you have coming for 2024?
2024. Shoot, I don't know. I'm in growth mode right now, so
Okay.
I'm just trying to do as much as I can. Still doing the calls every day. That's like bread and butter. Trying to do more stuff with farming and sending mailers to potential home sellers. Doing more content stuff. So I love the fact that we're sitting here doing this. Go, Chris. Let's go. And yeah, man. So more content, more mail, more direct marketing. More cold calls. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. Social media or content making. So then, basically, if you don't mind, I mean, okay, we kind of went over it, but what is a typical day like? So the cold calling, let's just go. You tell it. What's a typical day like for you?
Dude, my routine's kind of crazy. I think I finally perfected it, and
Really?
I think last year was like the year that I finally boom. I felt really good about it. But every single day, like I rarely miss a day now. But I wake up like 4:45 a.m., get to the gym by 5 a.m., work out for about an hour and 15 minutes. Typically, I finish my workout in an hour, but then I do 15 minutes of abs. Gotta get that six-pack, dude. And then go home, shower, get ready. I'm usually in the office between 7:30 and 8 a.m. Yeah, I try to be here by 7:30, but sometimes it's tough. And then I try to get on the phones as soon as possible. So I do 10 pages of reading before I get on the phones. Yeah, just get my mindset right, learn a little bit. I kind of switch off so I read about a book a month, and I kind of switch off. I do like a lot of personal growth, mindset stuff, and then I do more like technical, maybe real estate, maybe business. So I kind of have, knowledge coming from both ways. Last month, I read a finance book, which I loved. So, and then right after I finish reading, I get on the phones. I prospect for sellers for 2 hours. Then I call another 2 hours, just like my database, people that I'm already working with or that I worked with in the past, following up. And then I do like an hour of follow up, just sending a few homes to active buyers, sending updates to active clients like that. And then I go to lunch, and then after that, just kind of busy work, marketing stuff, door knocking. I've implemented door knocking this year, and appointments, just showings. A lot of showings are mostly in the evenings. That's when people are free. So
It sounds like you lay a lot of groundwork those first morning hours, and then probably stuff's popping up in the afternoons, and so that's the time.
That's right.
You go and track
That's
it down.
like the most unpredictable time after lunch.
You send out a bunch of energy, probably some stuff's going to trickle back even maybe that day or yesterday's stuff.
That's
If you're doing
right.
it every day, you don't even know when stuff's going to hit. So then the afternoon you can
That's
start really
right.
hit it.
That's right.
Man, good for
Yeah.
you.
So like from the time I wake up until lunchtime, it's like dialed in. Like nothing ever changes. I rarely break it, or I rarely put any appointments on that time, because that's like my sacred prospecting time.
That's like business.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. So
That is phenomenal.
yeah, I'm proud of it actually.
That's amazing.
The tough part is the evenings, because then I get home tired. I don't have time to cook, and then I gotta like spend money, eat out.
Yeah, okay.
That's-
I mean,
that's the only thing
that's
I
a
don't
trade. Okay.
Yeah.
So you do want to cook? Is that something you want to do?
I want to
Okay,
cook,
got you.
yeah, because I spend so much money just dining out. But and I have to walk my dog. I walk my dog for an hour every evening, so it's like I have very little downtime at night. That's the only time that sucks. So I know some people tell me like I want to get into real estate because of the flexibility. They have no idea. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to.
it's way more time. Like yesterday, I was doing showings. I didn't get home till 9 p.m.
After doing what he already did, what he just told you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lifestyle, I think. All right, okay, so, man, this has been unbelievable. I know, look, he's got things to do. He squeezed us in. We appreciate that. So, where are you on the internet, or where would you like people to go find you?
Yes, I'm at the Cesar Yanez on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
simple. We'll put those links in there, and then we're going to send it around. Everybody watch it, comment. We'll try to get it better every single time. I want to say thanks.
Yeah, thank you, man, and I'm looking forward to everything you do with this podcast later in the future. I think this is great, and I think it's gonna go very far.
All right, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Let's go.